Hello witches, I am High Priestess or Finesse. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to join me for this live pop-up broadcast, or if you are watching a replay on my other social media platforms, welcome, and let's get right into this. I know you may have heard on social media of women here in New York being punched in the face for no reason other than the fact that they may be looking down at their phones when out on the street. I've seen it on social media. I have not experienced it myself, but I want to talk about it because there are a lot of witches here in New York, including myself, and we really have to talk about self-defense, especially if you are a witch. I said this time and time again. If you are a witch, especially, you need to carry protection. A knife, a taser, pepper spray, or a gun. Because these people out here, these enemies of yours, are trying to kill you. They want you to die. And you have to be on the offensive. And you have to be willing to use these weapons on these people who are trying to kill you. You can't be hesitant. My thing about the women getting punched in the face in New York is somebody just punch you in the face, and from my understanding of the videos, you didn't do anything about it. You didn't jump this person. You didn't drag this person out on the street and whoop them. You let this person go on their merry way. Listen, if you hit me in my head, punch me in my face, there is no walking away. Why? Because you are going to need an ambulance to bring you back. Simple as that. We don't really have a description of the men, but what I've seen is several descriptions of several men that is punching women in the head in New York. And I'm not saying these women are lying, but I'm not saying also that you should believe all women. That's not true. Let's get that out there right now. You should not believe all women. You should believe the truth. You have to believe the truth. The description that I've been getting of this man who is punching women in the head in New York is that he's black. But my thing is, most of the women that have been assaulted are white women. And let me just say this. Let's just keep it all the way real. We know that if a black man attacks a white woman, he is not getting 6 months probation. He is getting 16 years in prison. We know this. So black men don't tend to go after white women because the prison sentence is lengthy. That's why. That's all I'm going to say because we know it's true. But I find it interesting that I have not seen anyone from the church. I have not seen any Muslims, Jews, or Christians talk about women being attacked on the street. They may be saying, oh, well, Muhammad, Jesus is your protector against being punched in the head on a New York City street. But they are still getting punched in the head on a New York City street. Why are you Christians, Muslims, and Jews quiet about this? Why are some of you high priests and high priestesses of Hecate quiet about this? Why are more high priests, more high priestesses not talking extensively about witches protecting themselves and also encouraging witches to use these weapons on these people? teaching these witches to not be hesitant to possibly taking someone's life because someone else is trying to end their life. You know that if somebody punches you in the head, you can easily drop dead right there on the street. But that wouldn't happen if you are willing to use the self-defense item that you have. Learn to pull the trigger. These people are trying to kill you. These people want you dead. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess yourself. Protect yourself. Why? Because the life of a witch is worth millions. Everybody else tends to be worth less. But a life of a witch is worth millions. I'm not saying these women are lying or trying to get attention, but what I am saying is we don't really have a good description or photo or video of this man or men attacking these women on New York City streets. The attacks are taking place around Manhattan. It doesn't matter where it's taking place. It should not happen. Just 2 weeks ago, there was a fight there was a fight on a Brooklyn train, and the perpetrator was shot in the head with his own gun, and he's still on life support as of this broadcast. Hello? How do you get shot with your own gun? That's fucking embarrassing. That is fucking embarrassing. You mean to tell me you got shot with your own gun when you came on a train bothering a couple, accusing the couple of hating and hurting cops? And then you get shot with your own gun? Don't have a gun if you're not going to use it. Do not have a gun if you are not going to use it. No, I'm not encouraging people to go out and hurt or kill people. I'm encouraging witches to protect themselves. I'm encouraging witches to take their safety seriously and use the item that you have chosen for self-defense. Worry about the consequences later, because as a witch, your life is worth millions. It's worth millions. Women in New York, I'm in New York, I'm a New Yorker, I was born and raised here, are getting punched in the head on the street. And it's not fair to tell women, oh, don't look down at your phone. How about telling these men to not assault women? You know, women tend to get the blame when something happens to them. A woman is blamed when she's kidnapped or murdered or robbed or raped. It tends to always be the woman's fault. The men tend to get off scot-free with no repercussions, no consequences, and 6 months probation. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is. Blame the person who is committing the crime. Blame the perpetrator. Don't blame the victim. The victim did not choose to get punched in the head on a New York City street. They did not. Nobody would choose that. Nobody wakes up in the morning and decides, hey, I'm going to get punched in the head today just because I want it to happen. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. If you happen to be a witch and that perpetrator sees you wearing your pentagram of Pentacle, yeah, that punch to the head might be a little bit harder because you are wearing a Pentacle. And you have to react. That's why when you live in New York, you have to always be aware of your surroundings. Always. As a witch in New York, you have to be especially aware of your surroundings. Because, like I said, I can't stress this enough. People are here to kill you because you are a witch. I'm not saying that being a witch is dangerous or deadly. But as a witch, you do have to be much more on the offensive. Somebody looking at you like they have a problem, check them out. Somebody is standing too close to you, ask them what's up. You don't have to move. You don't have to put space between you and that person. Ask them to back the fuck up before you get fucked up. That's the truth. That is the truth. You know how many times I've told people that have stood too close to me, hey, back the fuck up. Just like that. Back your ass up. And I always have a weapon on me. I always have a weapon on me. And yes, there has been times when I've used that weapon on people. Because I'm a witch and the lives of witches are worth millions. And no, I do not feel bad about what happened to that person after I used my weapon of choice on them. Because the lives of witches are worth millions. I have no regrets. Because one of us is either going to leave in an ambulance or the coroner is going to pick one of us up. But this planet is not big enough for the both of us. One of us is going to go. One of us may go away permanently. And I have no problem with that because I'm not afraid to pull the trigger. I'm not. And neither should you if you identify as a witch. Of course, you should be alert. And the concrete jungle known as New York, of course you should. Because there are a lot of crazy people out here. There are. So you have to be on your guard. You have to let them know, hey, this is not what you want. I'm really not the one. I'm literally not the one. When crazy meets crazy, it's a show. It's a show to be live broadcast. It's a show. It's a good show. Because the person you deem to be easy prey, the person you assume is a little weakling, might just tear you to pieces. And then the person is sitting on the concrete talking about why you shot me, why you stabbed me, why you pepper spray me, why you tase me. You know why. You know why. You know why I shot you. You know why I tase you. You know why I pepper spray you. You know why I picked up a broken glass bottle and clean your clock out with it. You know why. The hell are you talking about why? That's why I say you can't assume things about people. The people you assume is tiny or weak or meek or weak may be the same people that have you on a t-shirt with your family crying and whining, saying, oh, he was a good boy. He never did anything wrong. Just pray for our family. Well, obviously, you did not raise that boy correctly, or he would not be on a t-shirt. He would not have a GoFundMe for his funeral. That's the truth. That is the truth. That's the cold truth but it's the truth. In a place like New York, you have to always be alert. I'm not saying you can't listen to your music on your phone, but you can't be looking down at your phone and not around your surroundings. You can't, because that's how you get beat up. You know, these perpetrators, these criminals look for people who are distracted and go after them. So you wouldn't know if somebody, you wouldn't know if somebody punched you in the head, but you wouldn't know who it was, because by the time you turn around, they're gone. But if you had not been looking down at your phone, you would probably have seen the person, went after the person, and tore that person to pieces. At least I would. I told you what just already. If you hit me, it's over for you. You might as well plan your funeral while you are walking away, because I'm going to drag you back and tear you to pieces. I'm going to rip you apart. You will be in a hospital fighting for your life. I don't play that touching shit. I don't play that. Back away. I'll give you one warning to back away. After that, I'm going to snatch you and I'm going to put you on the concrete and whoop you. Because you deserve it. I gave you a warning. I don't care about no mental illness. I don't care about you having a bad day. Hell, I have bad days too. But that does not mean I punch random people on the street. Everything is not mental illness. Everything is not mental illness. Some people know exactly what they are doing. Stop making excuses for people. Not everything is mental illness. It's so easy for a person to sit in front of a therapist or a psychologist and pretend to be crazy to get off. But there's nothing wrong with them. They are just straight up evil. And then they meet people like me who put them in the hospital with their face swollen, with them having all kinds of pipes and wires in their body to keep them alive. That's the type of person I am. You're done. You're done. You are finished. It's over for you. Your whole life is over for you. You might not even, if you catch me on a really bad day, when I'm having a really bad day, you may not even have a life anymore. And I don't care. I do not care. Because you don't care about my life, so why should I care about yours? I don't. I do not. But which is because New York has a large community of witches. I'm not saying that you have to hide your pentacle or pentagram out of fear of being punched in the head. I'm saying you need to defend yourselves. You have to defend yourselves. And more high priests, more high priestesses need to talk about this. Don't ignore it. Ignoring a problem does not solve the problem. I'm not surprised that Christians, Muslims, Jews, people of the Abrahamic faith have said nothing about this, because like I said earlier, their solution is to pray about it. Somebody just rock you in your head. Somebody just snuff you in your face. And the solution is to pray about it. Get the fuck out my face. Are you fucking retarded? No, the solution is to always carry something with you. Always. Always. Because you have the right to protect yourself. You have the right to protect yourselves. Because a life of a witch is worth millions. The life of a witch is worth millions. Praying is not going to stop you from getting punched in the head. What's going to stop you from being punched in the head is going after the person. I mean, turning around immediately to see who it was. And then snatch them up and whip them by an inch of their life. That's not cold. That's not evil. That's not mean. That's not being a witch. That's self-defense. That's self-defense. I'm not going to let somebody hit me and walk away. You're not walking away. Because you are going to need an ambulance to bring you back. That's why. Who do you think you are? Are you retarded? Nah. We need more high praise and high priestesses like myself to talk about this. To encourage witches to also add real world action to their protection spells, to their wards, to keep people like this who are currently punching random women on New York City streets in the head. A spell is nothing with no real world action behind it. The reason why I say this is because New York has a large community of witches. And if you wear a pentacle or a pentagram, the increase of you getting assaulted is higher. It's higher. And it's going to hurt. It's probably going to be a harder punch. It's probably going to be a harder punch than someone who is not a witch. So I've just seen this all over social media. Women here in New York being assaulted. And not one word from high priests or high priestesses of Hecate talking about this, warning witches about this, telling witches that their lives are worth millions and that these witches need to have self-defense. They need to carry something on them and then use the item of choice. It's not enough to just carry a self-defense item and not use it. You have to use it. You have to protect yourself. You do. Nobody else will. Imagine a witch calling the NYPD to report an assault. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you. The police are going to laugh at you. They are. They're going to laugh at you. So you have to take it into your own hands and protect yourself. You have to take it into your own hands and protect yourself. Because your life is worth millions and because New York has a large community of witches here. So I wanted to just broadcast this live, or if you are watching a replay, because everything I said tonight needed to be said. This word needed to go out to witches far and wide, because the days are evil and our source of comfort, protection, and wisdom is Hecate, the queen of witches. So thank you, witches, for joining me for this quick live pop-up broadcast. Be sure to share this broadcast on your other social media platforms. Tell them that there is a high priestess here in New York who is anointed and appointed by the queen of witches, Hecate, to be a voice for witches who have ears to hear and hands to receive Hecate's best. I now release you into your evening. Bye, everyone.